Marco Dominic Gonzalez, 223, 2014, 04:32 p.m. I just did a 5-minute documentary on, I was reflecting back on my speech uh, when I was 17 years old. I call it the Nicolae Ceausescu speech. But I had started out the speech with working in the fields because I saw Mr. Simpson in the audience. And Mr. Simpson was a prominent businessman. He owned a lot of land. Simpson Farms is huge, dude, huge. And me and my buddy Donald Gonzalez, his teacher, his wife was our teacher for our human development, child development course. Miss Simpson, I love Miss Simpson, nice lady. We used to do hard work in her lawn, and she would bring out lemonade. It was like nice. She'd bring out the lemonade and cookies, and me and Doggle, we'd eat the lemonade and cookies, and then go on. I mean, he was a tough dude, Mr. Simpson. I mean, we had to get the nut grass, because in their yard, what grows in the desert is called nut grass. It has all these nuts, and if one nut stays in there, it'll grow again. It's like weeds, man. We have to go dig in and get every morsel of nut in order for it not to grow. So me and Donald, dude, we were like very proficient. I mean, we did our job. Believe me, that $3.35 an hour, they got their money's worth, man. But I realized, being a son, I was already a schoolboy, but I remember to myself, I said, you know what, an education is the difference between a tough life and not having a tough life. And in the last documentary, I had an experience, with a very elderly man. It gave me something from his heart, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. And I said it in that speech. That an education is very important, and having the opportunity to have an education, and having those opportunities. So that speech means so much right now, guys, because I'm really dissecting that little speech of a 17-year-old boy to a group of people. When you don't have that freedom, you don't have that opportunity. You are that old man in that field that can't stop doing that backbreaking work to survive because he doesn't have the option. He's under an oppression of poverty. And he's under an oppression of poverty that we'll use in business here in America. Mr. Simpson, he's a Republican man also. And, to be professional is, I don't have to pay you a lot of money. I can pay you a little money. If you need the job, I'm going to give it to you, And I'm not saying, Mr. Simpson, I'm saying that that's a normal thing in business, is that I'm going to get cheap labor and I'm going to use the Mexican citizens because they need a job. And if they complain about it, you won't get nothing, so you'll take what I give you. That is throughout the United States. That's just a mantra of hardcore business people. I'm going to exploit you. I'm going to use you. I don't have to be fair. I don't have to give you the money that I give that 15-year-old boy. I'm going to give you what I give you, and you're going to take it. And I had talked to some of the other workers, and they had different things to say. Remember, Mr. Simpson is Miss Simpson's husband. He gives me a job. I'm making $3.25 an hour. I'm happy. I'm a high school kid. And but you look, and there's always two sides of a story. There's always one side, and there's always somebody that says, I'm getting the short end of the stick. I'm a grown man. You're a boy. And I'm making the money you're making. You know what I mean? I had a conversation with an older worker, a laborer, that and I was like, well, it's not my fault. I'm like, dude, I'm in high school. I'm just trying to work, man, But I understand those conversations now that I'm older. I didn't say that, though, in that speech. So Mr. Simpson couldn't have been mad at me about that. I didn't say that. I didn't say a lot of things. Again, but that's normal. I mean, it's normal. It happens. When you're poor and impoverished, you get exploited. Period. And people don't have to be fair with you. They don't have to treat you equal. And this is my moral to that. I have to turn this on.